The room was dim, the only light coming from a flickering lamp on the side table. Eleanor sat in her old rocking chair, its creak a familiar rhythm, her gnarled hands folded over a tattered shawl. Her eyes, cloudy with age but sharp with memory, fixed on her granddaughter, Lily, who sat cross-legged on the floor, her young face eager yet unaware of the weight about to settle on her. The air was heavy with the scent of lavender and thyme, and Eleanor's voice, though frail, carried a quiet force as she began to speak. "Lily, darlin', you've asked me 'bout my life, 'bout what it was like when I was your age. I don't talk much 'bout those days, not 'cause I don't remember, but 'cause it hurts to pull them back. But you're old enough now, and I reckon you ought to know who your grandma was before the world wore her down." Lips trembling, and her gaze drifted to the window, where the dusk painted the sky in shades of bruised purple. I was 16 in '53, living in a small town in Alabama, where the air was thick with dust and dreams that didn't belong to girls like me. My pa was a coal miner, hands black as night, coughing up his lungs by the time he was 40. My ma, she worked the cotton fields when she wasn't raising us 5 kids. I was the oldest. So I carried the weight of them all. School wasn't for dreamin'. It was for learning enough to keep the house and maybe marry a man who wouldn't drink his wages. Eleanor's voice cracked, and Lily leaned closer, her eyes wide. "I have dreams though, Lily. Oh, I did! I wanted to be a singer, like Billie Holiday, singing songs that made folks feel something deep. I'd sneak to the juke joint some nights, listening to the blues through the cracked windows, imagining myself up there, my voice carrying all my hurt away. But dreams like that, they were dangerous for a girl like me. They made you want things you couldn't have." A tear slipped down Eleanor's cheek, catching the lamplight. There was a boy, James. He was 17, tall, with eyes like the river at dawn. He worked at the mill, but he'd write poems on scraps of paper and slip 'em to me when no one was looking. He said I was his muse, that my voice was his favorite sound. We'd meet by the creek, talking about running off to Chicago, where nobody'd care about the color of our skin or the dirt on our hands. We were fools, Lily, but we were in love. ... Her hands tightened on the shawl, knuckles whitening. One night, someone saw us. Word got back to my pa, and he beat me till I couldn't stand. Said I was shaming the family, mixing with a black boy in a town that'd rather see him dead than with me. They found James the next morning, hanging from an oak tree by the creek. His poems were scattered in the mud, soaked red. Eleanor's voice broke, and she pressed a hand to her chest, as if the pain still lived there, sharp as a blade. Lily's eyes were wet now, her small hand reaching for her grandmother's. Eleanor took it, squeezing gently, but her gaze stayed distant, lost in the past. "I never sang again, not after that. The world took my voice, my heart, and left me with nothing but survival. I married your granddaddy 'cause he was steady, not 'cause I loved him. He was kind enough, but he never knew me, not really. I raised your ma, worked my hands raw in the factory, and buried my dreams with James. Life don't give you second chances, Lily. It just grinds you down till you're this." She gestured to herself, frail and bent, an old woman with nothing but stories and regrets. The room fell silent, save for the creak of the chair and Lily's soft sniffles. Eleanor's face was a map of sorrow, each wrinkle a testament to years of carrying that grief. Yet her eyes, when they met Lily's, held a fierce spark. You listen to me, child. You got dreams? You chase 'em. Don't let this world tell you who you can love or what you can be. I didn't fight hard enough, but you can. You gotta. Lily nodded, tears streaming, and climbed into her grandmother's lap, wrapping her arms around her. Eleanor held her close, rocking gently, her own tears falling into Lily's hair. The weight of her story hung in the air, heavy and raw. But in that moment, there was love, fierce and unbroken, binding the old woman and the girl who carried her hope.